What role does social media play in all this?
Man, whole big. It's fuel to the fire, fool.
Right.
Because you have a platform to embarrass or disrespect on such a wide audience. So it's dangerous, fool.
What role do you think drugs play in all this?
We don't really do too many crazy drugs, fool. Like now, like I just started pop the perk. You know what I'm saying? We used to be off weed. Drugs, the pain is stronger than the drugs. No matter how many drugs you take.
Well, whenever I've talked to most people in general, but in Chicago rappers in particular, when I asked how many their homies was high when they got killed, they say all of them.
Oh, you saying as far as lacking? Or like, okay, do drugs play wrong? People dying, like the people who died.
If you're always on lean, I got one of my best friends doesn't smoke, drink, nothing, because he started to realize that all his friends were high whenever they got killed. So he realized if he was out, he was a crip. If he was out there cripping, he realized that if I'm going to be high all the time, I'm going to end up getting killed. Because this is, you're going to get caught lacking, you're not going to be, And a lot of these dudes are always on lean, are always on pills. The weed I'm not as concerned about, but I'm saying whether you're doing it to deal with the pain, whether you're doing it to just get through the day, whether you're doing it to do the things that you feel you're required to do, ultimately you're not in your right mind when you're doing these things.
Hey, that's a fact. I ain't even really think into it deep like that.
Yeah.
Probably 100% of the time people get smoked, they high.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And maybe sometimes people could have avoided death if they went high. Yeah. Right?
Like when I interviewed FBG Duck, you saw him getting more and more twisted.
Yeah,
I don't know, you saw that interview? He was getting more, he was sipping the whole time. By the end of the interview, it's like he was
sleep,
slurred.
Huh?
Yeah.
They say he need a blanket. I seen the comments. They do need a blanket, man. Feel bad for him, Brick, that's his brother and shit. You know what I'm saying? So when I seen them, all I said to him was, fool, I feel you. All I could say, keep your head up. We go through so much death, fool. When we see each other, we just be happy to see each other. Try not to dwell on the dead people. We just try to kick it, have fun as much as we can. But he lost a brother now, so he feeling how I'm feeling, I'm sure.
Yeah, man, it's sad. It's sad, and and like you said, it doesn't seem like there's a real clear path to finish it all, to end it all.
Where do this go, huh? Small people die. That's what it look like.
So if Chief Keef walked in this room right now and said, listen, I'm sorry about everything that happened. I'm going to take responsibility for my part in it. And, whatever that part is, whether it's amping up the beef or whatever else, I apologize. I want to, he has kids, bunch of kids.
Big. It's big right here.
You know what I mean? And he really humbles himself and say, fuck all this, man. I don't want my kids to get killed. Fuck
See, man, to be honest, bro, the shit get deeper and deeper, bro. When I was in Chicago, bro, I've been around a few of the big BDs. They own the clubs and shit, you know what I'm saying? They be like, pull up, come holler at me, whatever. And they got love for me, bro. But they bitty at the end of the day. So, if Shorty was to walk in and say all that shit, like I said, we not really into it with him, bro. He just said a lot of disrespectful shit. So as a man, it's gonna be hard. But if that dude come in and say all that, we probably would be good. Now his friends, bro, I can't never be cool with them. I can't. He come in and say all that, I'm going for his neck, fool. Any of them other dudes from over there, I'm going. But Shorty walked through on that tip. I guess it's just man, I guess he just not from where I'm really into it with, so.
Have you ever heard the term an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind? If the cycle keeps continuing, you're going to take more losses, they're going to take more losses.
And then, you know what? I be thinking, nobody would look like the bitch right now because we done lost all hella people.
Yeah.
Nobody want to look like the bitch. That's what it is. Nobody want to be the peacemaker. You seen who try to be a peacemaker. Corn. Nobody want to fail, bro. Just fail on that shit because it's just such a hard task, bro. It's an extremely hard task. But it's some people who I don't like, who I don't hate. Yeah, let's say it like that. It's some people who I don't like, who I don't hate, and it's some people who I hate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the people that you hate, if they humble themselves, you know, cause you reach. I mean, how old are you right now?
23.
You're 23, right? I'm a lot older than 23. At 23, I felt a lot differently than I do now. You know, you start growing up. You start having more things to lose. You know, you start building a family. You start doing a bunch of shit. You start building up a certain amount, and you don't want to see it all go away. The blink of an eye. You know what I mean? You start moving differently. You start dealing with people differently. And you know, as the war continues and as the distance continues and after the hate continues and everything else like that, you just kind of start getting tired of going through the cycle of it all over again because the cycle doesn't go anywhere. You know what I mean? So one of theirs gets taken out. Does it really make you feel better? Does it really bring your brother back?
Nope. It's just
You know
a
what I mean?
score, man. It's just a score in the crazy world that we live in. That's the game to us.
Right.
It's fucked up. It's niggas right now sliding, bro. Trying to score.
Yeah. You know, you're fighting for blocks you don't really own.
Ain't even about the block no more, bro.
You know, no one's really getting rich off of it.
Nobody.
You know, I mean, Chief Keef is a bit of a breakout from this shit, but he don't even
Musically though.
Musically,
he good at music.
he's good at music. You know what I'm saying? And he brought a lot of light to Chicago. You know, whether you like him or not, you can't deny that part.
Ain't no hater. Yeah, ain't no hater.
Yeah. You know, but he's staying like Calabasas, like, you know, where I stay. You know, he doesn't go back to Chicago. But ultimately, like, it doesn't
Go nowhere.
It doesn't go nowhere. It just doesn't go nowhere. And all it really does is hurt more people, have more mothers crying. You know, when you have kids, you're going to understand, like, you're going to look at things a little bit differently. You know, because everyone I've talked to, the worst thing that could possibly happen is for a parent to lose their child.
Yeah.
You know?
Your child beating you in death. It's not right.
How did your dad react when Jojo got killed?
Man, dude, I don't know.
You don't know?
I wish I did, bro. I know actually. You wanna know how? When I was in the joint, Big G came, he got transferred. He was sitting across from the table from me at the child hall. It's like my 5th or 6th day there. Staring at me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? What's up? What's up, bro? You know me or something? I asked him like that. He said, it's nothing like that, little man. You probably think I'm on that because I'm staring at you, but you just look like somebody I know. I said, where you came from? He said, I came from Fort Dix. That's where my pops was at. I said, shit. I said, you know a nigga named JB over there, fool? And nigga just started smiling ear to ear. Like, bro, that's your daddy? I said, yeah. So, on the yard one day, me and Mark was hitting a couple laps. He like, I love you, fool, because I know what's going on. Like, closer than you think. I said, why you say that? He said, that day that shit happened, you know, I was your dad, chief of security over there. He's the chief of security for my pops over there. So, he like, nigga, the day that happened, nigga, I came in the cell, you feel me? And he said, pops was just doming. Doming. The nigga don't even blow like that.
What does that mean, doming?
Just smoking back to back. He don't even move like that. So he like, G, what's up? You know what I'm saying? He just said, my pop's bald. So he just said, my pop just rubbing his head a lot, like they took my shorty, like. See, but I wasn't even talking on the phone with him or nothing during that time, like, because I was going through my own shit. And what we gonna talk on the phone about? You know what I'm saying? So I didn't even really realize how much I didn't even care what he was going through at the time. Because he in jail. It's just like everybody being out of sight, out of mind. Nobody cares about the people who in jail. But I'm sure that fucked him up, bro. The only story I know is he just sitting in his room smoking hella weed, like, rubbing his head, pacing and shit. That's all he could say.
You've never had a conversation with your dad
about JoJo dad?
About losing his son?
Nah. Nope. I don't talk a lot about it, fool. I'm talking to you a lot right now.
Yeah.
I don't talk about this shit like that. People always want to ask me crazy stuff, you know?
Yeah.
It just tough for me to talk about.